Since ancient times, the story of the legendary Roman twins, Romulus and Remus, has captivated the imaginations of people around the world. Said to be sons of Mars, the god of war, Romulus and Remus were raised by a she-wolf and went on to found the city of Rome in 753 BC. But what is the true legacy of these two brothers and the city they established? The legacy of Romulus and Remus is one of strength, courage, and ambition. The city of
Shake it, you a bad bitch. She shaking dummy ass, I just wanna grab it. It's another one like DJ Khaled. I just hopped on and seen, oh yeah. Me and my brothers got the green, tryna get between them. If she gon' cock block, then leave her home. Motherfucker, I got a brother for it, bring her home. I say DJ.
Do you know Rome's origin is rooted in myth? Legend has it, twin brothers Romulus and Remus were abandoned at birth and raised by a she-wolf. When they grew up, they decided to build a city. But a fight broke out. Romulus killed Remus and founded the city of Rome in 753 BC. And that's how Rome was born, named after Romulus. Stay tuned for more bite-sized Roman history.
So it's the Son of Bigfoot movie. Did y'all see this? Esau situation, right? You got the hairy man in the forest right here. Genesis talk about Jason and Esau coming out hairy, red. Okay, that's not far-fetched. Okay, the orangutan man. Y'all go check out the Son of Bigfoot, right? We talked about the red hair. We talked about the hairy man, the wild man, the beast of the forest, Sir Nunos. Okay, La Boo Boo. Okay. Now, we did videos on how this break down Christianity to the Nephilim, the family tree. Okay, of fallen angels, you got the Nephilim. The fallen angels laid up with women on earth had Nephilim. That turned into the Neanderthal. Okay, the troglodyte. And today you see the wild hairy man beast. Okay, they call themselves troglodyte. This is a recessive gene. This is a recessive gene. Make it run. Yeah, man, the pale skinned flesh-eating monster is the Wendigo. Right? You got wild shit like that. Crazy shit like that. You know what I mean? The Wendigo. Flesh-eating monster of Native American legend. Okay? The Wendigo. The caveman. Okay? You see how it could be like a man, like a hide, the antlers, right? You gonna tell me that, you know what I mean? You see what I'm saying? I say let's all take a moment to appreciate that the game decided to use a traditional Wendigo depiction that's over 3,000 years old, and rather that awful abomination creature version of the Wendigo, the Algernon Blackwood created in the 70s. The Wendigo is Sir Nunos. Right, look at the Wendigo. Right now, it done turned into some type of beast. Right, that come up though when you type in pale skinned flesh-eating monster. You got the pale man from Pan's Labyrinth looking like cold-blooded white man. Come on, man, this ain't the funniest motherfucking shit. Looking like a cold-blooded white man. That's funny as shit. Come on, look at Flesh Eater. They telling you Flesh Eater. Blah, 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 blah. But them boys wild as shit. Look at this nigga on Pan's Labyrinth. Cold-blooded white man. Nasty word. Nasty word. But, you know, the idea, I just wanted to type this in to show y'all the idea of the pale-skinned, flesh-eating monster. Of course, we got the Wendigo. Right? Of course, we got the Wendigo, but it's just so many depictions of hideous creatures, right, coming out the cave waters, looking for human flesh. Okay, it's just a thing. It's just a thing. Flesh-eating monsters from the desert legends. Right? And then, you know, who like pale meat? I mean, who like red meat? The flesh golem. This is what they are. The flesh golem. This is what they are. With the guts hanging out. You see how the guts hanging out? The flesh golem. This is what they are, the flesh golem. Yeah. Soak it all in, this is it. All kind of weird outcomes you're gonna get. The flesh golem. Yeah, I like that, I like that. But you got the fish. I'm telling you, man, it's a complicated situation to understand, but when you get it, you got it. You know what I mean? The flesh-eating ape, Wendigo, caveman, wild man from the Caucasoid caves. Okay? Let's do it. Hold on, somebody talking. Rant bit. The pale man and Pan's Labyrinth is still for the lily white lies. Let's see what they closing and shake. Let you see what it say at the bottom right here. I ain't even gonna read that. Slaughtering of who? I ain't even gonna read that. We're getting wild. Okay, here we go. See, this is what I wanted to say too before we get out of here. Kabbalah. Remember they were talking about the Kabbalah Seraphim? We're gonna click on that right quickly. With the Kabbalah Seraphim, this is devil shit. Saturn and flesh-eating Father Time. This is devil shit. You know, eating offspring. This is devil shit. Okay, you see this? This is devil shit. Okay, this is crazy. So it says, like the pale man literally eat blank, he has certainly already insisted that a pair of his appropriate rabbits to be used in his stew are too young. The pale man is clearly a nightmarish surrogate, stepfather bullshit. But, yeah, this is devil shit. The agnostic myth of the classical era. So a reenactment of Saturn's devouring his sun painting. Saturn is Satan. So stay with it. All right, so you see what I'm saying here? This is devil shit. This is child sacra. This is child sacra. Come on, man. Y'all don't see this? I'm showing it to you if you don't. The flesh-eating monster. Look at him, the flesh-eating monster. Like the Wendigo. This type shit lurking, you know what I mean? All kind of shit coming out that cave, man. Right? Look, the pale-skinned killer. Right? I ain't even consider that the pale-skinned killer. Right? Look at it, the pale-skinned killer. Right? Do you see what's happening here? The pale-skinned killer. Look at this. A lot of pale skin killers. This is it. This is them. This is them. That's them. Just take it all in. This is it. This is everybody. This is all of them. See how it come in different forms and different shapes and all kind of. Do you understand what I'm saying? Then when you see the fish, look how they put the fish in with it. Right? This is a lot to take in. Pause. Okay, this is crazy. No, let's go back. It's getting crazy. The green man. We talked about the green man. Okay, we talked about the pale skinned Nephilim. Okay, the Joker that laughs. Look at all the alien is black because it's sentient. We'll take him out the equation. The thing is troglodyte. The crooked man, troglodyte. Pennywise, troglodyte. Pale man, craziness. You know, look at, it's just so many pale skin horror. Michael Myers, Jason, Jigsaw, Annabelle, Cracker. Are y'all okay? Ghostface. Okay, pale skin, killer. Okay, are y'all here? Flesh eating, pale skin, ape. I told y'all the flesh eating ape. Come on, man. When y'all gonna relax and just, you know, accept the pale skinned man that done came out of the earth is a homunculus troglodyte cannibal, man. Like, come on, man. But look, I'm gonna go ahead, man, cause y'all, oh, here we go. Why is the apes coming up? And I typed in pale skin flesh eating monster. Why is the apes coming up? Why is the white apes coming up? Come on, man. The flesh eating, the Wampa from Star Wars. I told y'all, flesh eating ape. Are y'all dumb? Are you fucking dumb? I'm telling you what the fuck it is. It's a flesh eating ape. You don't see this? You don't see this? You don't see the flesh eating ape? Come on, man. Come on, man. You don't see the flesh. And then, come on, man. The flesh eating ape. I've been saying this for years. Why is the apes coming up? Right? That's like, y'all remember the Trog from Fortnite. Right. Y'all remember this shit, the Trog from Fortnite. Look at his fangs, the flesh-eating ape. Them fangs is for flesh, baby. The pale man. Look at his skin, he pale, he cold. Blue eyes, blonde hair. Blonde hair turned white. The Trog. Right? The Trog is crazy. The Trog. That's what we need to start calling these motherfuckers, the troglodyte. Troglodyte is crazy. They telling you. They telling you. They telling you what it is. The tribal troglodyte is crazy. The baboon. This is the this is how you know that. Remember I did the flesh eating, the Nubu. What's them little toys? Dang, what's them toys? Oh shit. Is it Nunu? Labubu. Is it Labubu? Yeah, the Labubu. Look at his teeth. The flesh-eating monster. Look at his teeth. Look at his eyes. The monsters. He's a flesh-eating monster. I've been telling you this. Look at his teeth. The wild man. But this is the troglodyte. This is the trog. Okay. Back to our regularly scheduled program.
Thick masks that they wear. It's like they took their direct inspiration from the Indian flavor of human dragon hybrids in particular. And I made this connection. This is what I thought Huggy Wuggy was inspired by. Now, they never admit this. They say it was I think they say it was inspired by Cabbage Patch Dolls. Right? I think Huggy Wuggy was more likely inspired by this thing. The Rakshasa masks of Sri Lanka in specific. I think Huggy Wuggy harkens a lot more closer to this image. Let me just move that up. I think that and that are a lot closer to each other. If you get what I mean. I think that's really what they were doing here. But they'll never tell you that. But these icons are on the walls of all sorts of people around the world who are just think it's something fun, you know, collectors of strange oceanic artworks, you know, and Indian iconography artwork. When really what they're doing is they're putting a representation of a Nephilim on the wall, a human dragon hybrid. You know, the seraphim angels who mated and mixed themselves with human women created these things. This is what they created. Okay, these are the Nephilim. And Huggy Wuggy is like a mixed version of the hairy European versions of the same thing. I think that's where they get their inspiration from. That's just my theory. That's my take. Maybe I'm wrong. However, have dismissed these claims, stating that the character draws from European folklore and does not contain occult symbolism. Now, whatever. That being said, that's the backstory, if you didn't know already, over these ridiculous-looking, tacky-looking things. This is what the big deal's been made about these dolls. Anyway, how does this relate to my work in some way? Well, primarily it's saying this is based on European folklore. And from the image, I can already kind of loosely tell what they were talking about. And they were talking about the wild man of Europe. I think that's what he was basing it on. And I'm not just saying that. Let me just get a wild man of Europe images up. And you'll see it becomes pretty apparent that's likely what they were basing it on. Because they do have this a face without hair and a body covered in hair look about them more often than not. So if I just share the screen with you, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't have to just tell you, I can just show you. Screen share. So this is likely what Labubu is based on. So this one down here, for example, the face is clear, but the body's covered in hair and animalistic in some way. The face is clear, body's covered in hair, clear face, hairy body. Clear face, covered in hair. Another example here. Clear face, covered in hair from the rituals where they venerate these things in the modern day. Here it is, animalistic. Clear face, covered in hair. I'd say that's Labubu. Okay, so if you can't get the image there, that is likely inspired by this. So the Wild Man of Europe, if you read my book, you'll know, is actually a very, very prominent depiction of European Nephilim. More modern day European Nephilim, perhaps descendants of Nephilim. Bigfoot is another example of this. But a lot of these modern day festivals, like the Kukuri in Bulgaria, really focus on this one in particular. So this is your Labubu right here. Okay, this is where they got it from. They dress like this in their festivals to venerate the wild man of Europe, an ancient primordial spirit of winter, which they dress like to ward away in order to bring in a good harvest, basically. And if you look at the stories of this, it's a giant who wields a club, who wanders through the forests of Europe, who has a band of merry demons that follow him, which is usually deformed humans who have an animal-like nature to them. But the wild man is like the leader. And if you also know my research as well, Harlequin, the first proto-clown, was actually based upon the wild man of Europe who wielded his club. It's the same creature that's supposed to represent the tufts of hair, as you saw in one of those statues earlier. And this was the first proto-clown introduced into the theatres of the Middle Ages. Late Middle Ages, coming out of it into the Enlightenment, and this is what he originally looked like. He was the wild man. That's who he's supposed to be. So Labubu has its links to the wild man, which is another variation of the Harlequin. So Labubu is quite literally a representation of the Nephilim in a very cutesy, minimalized, huge artistic liberty taken way. Okay, that's what it really is. It hatches nothing very little to do with the Pazuzu, the Mesopotamian god, which I think has been used as like a point of ridicule against anybody who would question the narrative. But it has the wide mouth like a clown and the toothy grin, the button nose, which you could easily do red, the hairy wild body, and the deformation, making it like a rabbit creature of some kind, which I think could be a harkening back, the rabbit ears, to the humans who manipulated their own DNA in the book of Jasher with the mixing of kinds, where mankind manipulated themselves and mixed themselves with animals, which may be another reason how a lot of these wild men creatures were created too. But the original stories of the wild man, before they were kind of mythologized and turned into a symbol of festival like this, the original images of these things or descriptions are extremely giant, wild-haired, colourful-looking, crazy monster giants with clubs, you know. So I think they were closer to European Nephilim. Here's some examples of them on tapestries. She has like bright red hair, grey hair, blue hair, pale white skin features. These were the giant wild men of Europe, you know. But they've kind of been remembered and mythologized. But I think when they were actually around, they were probably a lot more monstrous looking, a lot more colourful. And those who dress like them today at these festivals, they often go this way for this reason. Because this is basically what they would have actually looked like. Because the Nephilim did indeed look like clowns in their original form, you know, and then later iterations and descendants of them started to look more human, but maintained quite a hairy visage, as you can see here. So, yeah, interesting. So Pazuzu is an interesting one. It's not the first time we've seen the popularization of a demonic wildman image. Huggy Wuggy is one from a video game called Poppy Playtime, which was popular maybe about quite a while ago now. But you have this monster that follows you, this creature here, while you're exploring a toy factory, basically. And this is like one of the things that stalks you regularly in the game. And it's an experiment that gone wrong. It's been mixed with a human in some way, or like a human's brain is in there and it's gone wild and mad. And it basically tries to kill you and eat you or protect the place from intruders in some way. And then this thing got highly popularized and turned into a plush toy, and now it's everywhere. It's in all sorts of places. It's in places being sold to kids. And even now you still see them, but they were everywhere once upon a time. Huggy Wuggy, plush. Yeah, let's just put that in, plushie. And yeah, they were honestly being sold anywhere and everywhere with every iteration and theme you could imagine. Knockoffs galore, the originals and all sorts of things in supermarkets, in like stalls, in markets as well. Just so many variations of Huggy Wuggy were everywhere. And Labubu is just the new one. It's just the next one. It's just, now it's this instead of this. Like, it's not new. Just like they always have to popularize the clown in media every few years to revivify it in the psyche of the collective conscious and make